Before humans fully understood Ecuador's extraordinary biodiversity, before science revealed the secrets of its jungles and mountains, there already existed a world where predators perfected the art of remaining invisible. In the wild lands of Ecuador, between the Amazon rainforest, the Andes, and the cloud forests, hidden predators emerge from the silence, taking advantage of every shadow to surprise their prey. Welcome to wild Ecuador, the awakening of the most dangerous hidden predators. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to keep creating quality content. Don't forget to comment your thoughts on the video below and let us know where you are watching from so we can chat together. Let's get started. In the dense darkness of the Ecuadorian jungle, the absolute sovereign of the Amazon emerges. The jaguar, known scientifically as Panthera onca, is the largest and most powerful feline on the American continent. In Ecuador, this apex predator patrols with supreme authority across the Napo River Basin and Yasuni National Park. Its coat is covered with unique rosettes that function as perfect biological camouflage under the light filtered by the trees. A robust adult male in his prime can reach a weight of 100 kilograms of pure muscle and concentrated power. It possesses the most powerful bite force of all felines, reaching 5,000 newtons of mechanical pressure. Its hunting technique is unique and terrifying, capable of piercing the skull of its victims with a single surgical bite. Unlike other large cats, the jaguar is an exceptional swimmer that dominates rivers and swamps with amazing agility. It is the undisputed master of stealth, capable of approaching its prey without making a single sound on the damp leaf litter of the forest floor. Its eyes possess a highly developed tapetum lucidum that amplifies light, granting it night vision 6 times superior to that of humans. It patrols the territory in search of herds of peccaries, using the darkness of the jungle as its main strategic ally. On the murky banks of rivers, it stalks the capybara, the world's largest rodent, with meticulous and deadly patience. Its biological bravery allows it to dive into the water to subdue large caimans, breaking their vertebrae with explosive force. The jaguar marks its sovereign domain with urine and deep claw marks on the bark of the Amazon's giant ancient trees. Its roar is a hoarse and powerful bellow that resonates throughout the thicket, an acoustic signal that imposes order in its territory. Although it prefers the ground, it is an agile climber that can carry heavy prey up into the branches to avoid other hungry competitors. As a keystone species, its presence regulates the populations of other mammals, maintaining the biological balance of the virgin jungle. It is a masterpiece of evolution that has reigned in tropical forests for millions of years without finding a worthy rival. It lives in a state of constant alertness, processing every vibration of the air and every scent of the environment with its senses sharpened to the extreme. The jaguar is not just an animal, it is the warrior spirit that ensures wildlife keeps pulsing in the heart of Ecuador. Its jaw can crush the shell of a turtle as easily as a human breaks a dry branch. The elegance of its movement hides a lethality that makes it the most feared nightmare of the creatures inhabiting the forest floor. Protecting the jaguar is safeguarding the soul of Ecuadorian nature and the most extraordinary biodiversity on the blue planet. Under its golden and fixed gaze, the daily story of survival is written in the world's rawest and most beautiful theatre. At the highest level of the Ecuadorian forest canopy, a winged silhouette patrols, instilling absolute respect in the jungle. The harpy eagle, known scientifically as Harpia harpia, is the most powerful aerial predator in the Western Hemisphere. Its wingspan reaches 2 meters, allowing it to navigate through the labyrinth of branches with millimeter precision. Its talons are its most lethal weapon, measuring up to 13 centimeters in length, far exceeding the size of a grizzly bear's claws. With these massive talons, it can exert a pressure force of over 4,000 newtons, instantly fracturing bones. Unlike other noisy hunters, the harpy eagle flies in supreme silence thanks to the silky structure of its feathers. It perches on the tops of the tallest trees, observing with strategic patience every movement that takes place beneath the sea of green leaves. Its main targets are howler monkeys and sloths, mammals that inhabit the apparent safety of the heights. When the eagle begins its attack, it transforms into a biological projectile that crosses the dense foliage with explosive speed. The impact is so sudden that the prey often dies before realizing the presence of the sovereign of the clouds. An adult female can weigh up to 9 kilograms, possessing a leg musculature that rivals that of large terrestrial carnivores. It builds colossal nests in saber trees, massive structures that can measure 1.5 meters in deep diameter. Its vision is exceptional, processing the smallest details from kilometers away, even under the dappled light of the wet jungle. As a keystone species of the Ecuadorian ecosystem, its presence ensures the health of the populations inhabiting the upper canopy. The harpy eagle is the guardian of biodiversity, a living monument to the power and elegance that reigns on the infinite green horizon. In the floodable realms of the Ecuadorian Amazon, a massive presence stalks, dominating the aquatic world with terrifying discretion. The green anaconda, scientifically known as Eunectes murinus, is the undisputed sovereign of swamps and slow-moving rivers. This scaled colossus can reach a weight of 250 kilograms, becoming the heaviest and most powerful snake on the blue planet. Its muscular body stretches along 6 meters, a length that grants it a devastating physical constriction force. Its olive-green skin with circular black spots is the ultimate camouflage tool under murky water and dense vegetation. It possesses eyes and nostrils located on the upper part of its head to breathe and watch while remaining almost completely submerged. Like a liquid ghost, it waits patiently for capybaras or deer to approach the riverbank to drink before launching its attack. In a burst of biological energy, it lunges at its victim with a reaction speed that defies its massive body volume. Its jaws are equipped with hundreds of curved teeth that act like steel hooks to ensure the prey has no escape. Upon coiling around its target, it applies a massive pressure measured in thousands of newtons, immediately stopping the blood flow and respiratory system. It possesses a digestive system capable of processing whole animals, allowing it to survive for months under the 30°C heat after a single meal. Unlike many snakes, the green anaconda is ovoviviparous, giving birth to live young that are already nearly a meter long at birth. During the breeding season, several males cluster around a supreme female, forming a mating ball that is a unique biological spectacle. As an aquatic apex predator, it maintains the biological balance of the floodplains by authoritatively regulating the populations of large herbivores. The green anaconda is the indomitable heart of the river, a testament to the sovereignty of evolution in the virgin jungles of Ecuador. In the Amazonian rivers and swamps lives one of South America's most ancient and feared predators. It is the black caiman, known scientifically as Melanosuchus niger, the largest predatory reptile in these waters. The largest males can exceed 5 meters in length, dominating lagoons, rivers, and flooded forests. Its massive body remains almost completely hidden beneath the surface, where the dark water conceals every movement. Only the eyes and nostrils break the still surface of the river, barely revealing that a hunter is waiting in silence. Its patience can last for hours as it intently observes the riverbank. A long-nosed monkey moves down toward the water's edge, searching for drink and food among the low branches. The caiman remains motionless, waiting for the prey to move a few meters closer. Not a single ripple reveals the presence of the giant reptile hidden beneath the water. When the perfect moment arrives, the caiman erupts from the water with unpredictable force, in a matter of seconds. The monkey disappears beneath the dark waters of the river. The hunt is decided by camouflage, patience, and explosive speed at the moment of attack. Very few species can recognize the danger before coming within reach of the giant jaws. In the Amazon, the black caiman turns the tranquility of rivers and swamps into a death trap, reminding us that beneath the still water, one of the continent's most fearsome predators can always be hiding. From the frigid peaks of the Ecuadorian Andes, a solitary silhouette descends toward the eternal mist of the cloud forests. The spectacled bear, Tremarctos ornatus, is the only representative of the bear family inhabiting South America. We follow the tracks of a supreme female traveling kilometers of rugged terrain in search of seasonal wild avocados. Its sense of smell is extraordinary, detecting the scent of ripe fruit at a distance of 3 kilometers amidst dense vegetation. Despite its weight of 120 kilograms, it shows amazing agility when climbing trees 30 meters high. Its curved and muscular claws function as precision tools, allowing it to grip firmly to damp bark. High in the canopy, the female bear builds platforms of branches to rest while consuming the energy resources of the cloud forest. As a gardener of the mountains, it performs a vital mission by dispersing the seeds of Andean trees through its biological waste. This natural sowing work ensures habitat regeneration and the health of thousands of other species dependent on the forest. However, its sovereignty faces the lethal threat of deforestation and the expansion of the agricultural frontier that fragments its territory. Conflict with humans and illegal hunting have reduced its populations to alarming levels, placing this giant in danger. Protecting the spectacled bear is ensuring the future of Ecuador's waterlungs and preserving the magic of the Andes forever. At dawn in the Ecuadorian Amazon, the sacred silence is broken by a sonic explosion that shakes the humid air. It is the primal call of the jungle, an announcement of the beginning of a new day in the world's most diverse ecosystem. The red howler monkey, known scientifically as Alouatta suniculus, is the absolute king of sound in the forest canopy. This robustly built primate sports a reddish coat that glows like fire under the first rays of the tropical sun. Its biological secret lies in the throat, where it possesses an extremely enlarged hyoid bone that functions as a resonance chamber. This unique adaptation allows it to project guttural roars with amazing power that exceeds the capacity of other terrestrial animals. The rhythmic howling of an alpha male can travel through the dense vegetation and be heard at a distance of 5 kilometers. These acoustic signals serve as a strategic communication tool to coordinate the troops' movement in the thick forest. The roar functions as an invisible wall of territorial sovereignty, warning other groups of the ownership of the living space. Through this vocal duel, clans avoid costly physical confrontations and ensure biological peace among members. An adult male can reach a weight of 9 kilograms, a muscle mass optimized for life in the high levels of the virgin forest. They live in organized societies of up to 15 individuals, where cooperation is the fundamental pillar for detecting imminent danger. Their diet is based mainly on fiber-rich leaves and wild fruits, processing energy with a slow and efficient metabolism. They possess an extraordinary prehensile tail that functions as a fifth hand capable of supporting their entire body weight. At the tip of the tail, a sensitive skin pad provides them with a complete grip on the slippery bark of trees. Despite their sound dominance, they must remain on high alert before the silent presence of the harpy eagle patrolling the sky. The eagle descends from the clouds like a winged ghost, looking for an opportunity to attack with its steel talons. On the lower trunks, the jaguar is also watching with lethal patience, capable of climbing with overwhelming physical strength. The alpha male constantly watches the green horizon, emitting short barks to order a strategic retreat into the dense foliage. Their defense system is based on collective immobility when a predator is nearby, trusting that their coat color will hide them. The howler monkey performs a vital ecological mission as a seed disperser, ensuring the constant regeneration of the Ecuadorian jungle. The loss of forest fragments due to deforestation represents a critical threat to the biological stability of the clans. The howler's roar is the heartbeat of the forest, a reminder that wild nature still possesses a powerful and untamable voice. Every cry resonating in the eastern Andes Mountains is a declaration of life in the face of the hostility of the modern world. The howler monkey remains the guardian of sound harmony, a masterpiece of evolution reigning in the paradise of Ecuador. Beneath the humid and dark canopy of the Ecuadorian Amazon dwells a creature whose beauty is nature's most dangerous signal. The poison dart frog, belonging to the Dendrobatidae family, is a biological titan enclosed in a tiny body. This amphibian is only 5 centimeters long, but its presence forces even the largest predators to show absolute respect. Their vibrant colors, ranging from bright yellow to electric blue, are a visual warning known as aposematism. In a world where most beings seek camouflage, the dart frog chooses to be seen to announce its supreme lethality. Its skin secretes batrachotoxins, a neurotoxic alkaloid that stops nerve impulses instantly. a single individual of the species Philobates terribilis possesses enough venom to stop the hearts of 10 adult humans. This chemical power is one of the highest recorded toxicity levels in the entire animal kingdom on the blue planet. Its organism's toxicity comes from its specialized diet of ants and beetles inhabiting the forest floor. The indigenous peoples of Ecuador have understood this millennial power, using the frogs as a source of strategic weaponry. By rubbing the tips of their darts on the amphibian's skin, they create lethal projectiles capable of taking down prey from a great distance. This alliance between man and biological venom ensures the tribe's survival deep in the virgin jungle. Despite their danger, dart frogs are dedicated parents that carry their tadpoles on their backs to safe water pools. Climate change and deforestation threaten the vital moisture these small warriors require for their daily existence. The dart frog is the guardian of the Amazon's colors, a testament that real power does not depend on physical size. When darkness envelops the cloud forests of the Ecuadorian Andes, a creature of poetic fragility emerges. The glass frog, belonging to the biological family Centrolenidae, is one of the most fascinating secrets of tropical biodiversity. Its most amazing feature is the translucent ventral skin that allows the rhythmic heartbeat and the functioning of internal organs to be observed. With a size of only 2 or 3 centimeters, this small amphibian camouflages perfectly with the underside of green leaves. Under the moonlight, its silhouette disappears before the eyes of predators patrolling from the lower waters of the stream. They inhabit exclusively near pristine streams where water flows with constant and absolute biological purity. Their highly permeable skin makes them extremely sensitive to the smallest chemical changes in the aquatic and atmospheric environment. As supreme bioindicators, their presence is the seal that ensures the health and balance of the entire cloud forest ecosystem. At night, the male protects the egg masses deposited on hanging vegetation with a bravery disproportionate to his size. Water pollution and sedimentation caused by agriculture threaten to suffocate their fragile reproductive and vital cycle. They perform a vital mission in controlling small insects, maintaining biological harmony on the banks of Andean rivers. The glass frog is the transparent soul of the jungle, a reminder that the purest life resides in the smallest details. In the heart of the Ecuadorian cloud forest dwells a killer of hypnotic beauty that blends with the vegetation. The eyelash viper, scientifically Bothrechis schlegeli, is the king of ambushes in the mid-canopy. Its most distinctive feature is the modified scales above its eyes that look like long and threatening eyelashes. It possesses an amazing color palette, from gold yellow to moss green, to mimic the lichens on branches. This arboreal reptile reaches a length of 80 centimeters, maintaining a compact and muscular body for action. It uses loreal pits located between its eyes and nostrils to detect the thermal tracks of its prey in the darkness. It remains in absolute stillness for days, becoming an invisible extension of the vines and foliage. It stalks with surgical patients hummingbirds, tree frogs, and small rodents seeking refuge on high. When the victim approaches within a few millimeters, the viper releases an explosive attack with lightning reaction speed. It injects a powerful hemotoxic venom that destroys tissues and neutralizes the circulatory system instantly. Its prehensile tail allows it to anchor itself with a force of 10 newtons while projecting its body toward the target. Despite its lethality, it is a vital component regulating the biological balance of bird and reptile communities. If detected by a predator, it expands its body to look larger and exhibits its fangs as a final warning. Its population health reflects the integrity of primary forests, demanding the protection of every hectare in their domain. The eyelash viper is the silent guardian of the branches, a biological jewel reigning in the heart of Ecuador. When night covers the low plains of Ecuador, an intelligent hunter begins its stalking journey along the humid riverbanks. The crab-eating fox, known scientifically as Cerdochion thaus, is the supreme opportunist with superior biological adaptation capacity. Weighing approximately 7 kilograms, this canine possesses a flexible menu that includes everything from crabs and amphibians to wild fruits and eggs. Its sharpened senses allow it to locate small prey in the darkness, ensuring its survival in constantly changing environments. The sovereignty of this small predator resides in its versatility, playing a vital role in balancing lowland ecosystems. In the highest parts of the Ecuadorian Amazon canopy dwells an acrobat whose life takes place in a state of perpetual motion. The spider monkey, belonging to the genus Ateles, is the king of agility in the green labyrinth of Yasuni National Park. Its appearance is a marvel of evolutionary engineering, with unusually long limbs that function like biological ropes. A robust adult usually weighs about 9 kilograms, a light mass designed to maximize speed among fragile branches. Its most distinctive feature is the prehensile tail, a supreme tool that acts as a fifth hand with amazing strength. The tip of the tail possesses a hairless skin pad that provides absolute grip on the slippery bark of trees. This tail is capable of supporting its entire body weight, allowing it to hang while using its hands to collect fruit. Through brachiation, the spider monkey swings with a fluidity that defies the laws of gravity in the forest heights. It can reach a speed of 50 kilometers per hour, crossing vegetation gaps in only fractions of a second. Its hands lack opposable thumbs, an adaptation that turns them into perfect hooks for fast and efficient movement. The spider monkey is an essential frugivore that consumes large amounts of ripe pulp to feed its energetic metabolic engine. As an architect of biodiversity, it performs a vital mission by dispersing the seeds of giant trees throughout the virgin jungle. However, the safety of the heights is a constant illusion under the lethal gaze of the supreme aerial predator. The harpy eagle watches from the clouds, waiting for the moment to launch an explosive attack with its 13-centimeter talons. At lower levels, the jaguar also represents a supreme threat as an expert climber with devastating muscular power. Upon detecting a carnivore, the clan emits shrill alarm barks that resonate like warning signals in the canopy. Collective vigilance is their only biological shield, with sentinels scanning the green horizon every millisecond of the day. They live in complex social groups where loyalty and mutual recognition ensure the next generation's survival. Habitat loss due to deforestation fragments their domains, forcing them to live in increasingly high-risk zones. The spider monkey is the vibrant spirit of the heights, a marvel of agility defining the untamable essence of Ecuadorian life. In the deep green depths of the Ecuadorian jungle dwells a being that seems to defy the accelerated flow of time. The three-toed sloth, known scientifically as Bradypus variegatus, is the absolute king of life in slow motion. With an average weight of 4 kilograms, its body is a masterpiece of energy efficiency and silent adaptation. Its coarse coat houses a complete ecosystem of microscopic algae that give it a unique greenish tone in the canopy. This biological symbiosis provides it with the perfect camouflage to blend into the leaves and mosses of Amazonian trees. For the sloth, extreme slowness is not a weakness, but a supreme strategy to become invisible to predators. By moving at a speed of only 0.24 kilometers per hour, it avoids activating the sharp visual senses of harpy eagles. It possesses an exceptional neck with extra vertebrae that allow it to turn its head 270 degrees to watch over its domain. Its 10-centimeter curved claws function as steel hooks that support its weight without requiring constant muscular effort. Its metabolism is so slow that a single meal based on tough leaves can take up to 30 days to process. It consumes a minimal amount of energy, using less than 1% of the metabolic power of other similar mammals. Once a week, this cloud inhabitant makes a heroic and dangerous journey down to the forest floor for its personal needs. On the ground, its vulnerability is total, but its strength lies in tactical immobility that keeps it off the jaguar's radar. It is a biological indicator of the health status of the virgin forest, depending on the connectivity of Ecuador's giant trees. The three-toed sloth is the guardian of calm, a testament that life can flourish in absolute quiet. Beneath the murky waters of the Ecuadorian Amazon basin patrols an inhabitant whose reputation precedes its sharp electric bite. The red-bellied piranha, known scientifically as Pygocentrus natureri, is the undisputed king of biological opportunism. This fish possesses a robust and laterally compressed body that reaches an average length of 30 centimeters at maturity. Its most terrifying feature is a prominent lower jaw driven by massive muscles of amazing power. It possesses a row of triangular teeth sharp as razors that fit perfectly together to tear any biological tissue. Its bite force can reach 70 newtons, a phenomenal figure compared to its small physical size. Thanks to its highly sensitive lateral line, it detects the vibrations of injured animals from a great distance in the river abyss. Its sense of smell processes just one drop of blood in millions of liters of water, activating a frenzied hunting instinct. Although they're often feared as solitary killers, piranhas gather in schools to defend themselves against larger predators. They perform a vital ecological mission as nature's cleanup crew, removing organic leftovers from the aquatic ecosystem. By consuming sick animals or carcasses, they prevent the spread of bacteria and maintain the health of Ecuador's rivers. In times of scarcity and drought, their aggression increases as living space shrinks in blackwater lagoons. They are an essential link in the food web, serving as nourishment for black caimans and pink Amazon dolphins. The piranha is the guardian of the river balance, a lethal and necessary machinery ensuring the biological purity of the water. Its presence is a constant reminder that in the virgin jungle, every creature possesses a supreme power to survive. The toko toucan, scientifically known as Ramphastos toko, emerges as the most vibrant and majestic ambassador of the Ecuadorian canopy. Its silhouette is a symbol of color power, a winged jewel gliding through the infinite green of the Amazon and Choco. This animal's most amazing feature is its colossal beak, a masterpiece of evolution that can reach 20 centimeters in length. Despite its heavy appearance, the beak is made of a porous keratin structure that makes it remarkably light and highly durable. This biological tool represents 1/3 of its total body size, granting it a tactical advantage for picking fruit on small branches. The beak is not just for decoration. It functions as a sophisticated thermal radiator, helping to regulate body temperature in the suffocating tropical heat. By controlling blood flow to the beak, the toucan can release excess heat in just minutes to maintain internal balance. Its eyes are surrounded by a vibrant blue skin area, giving it sharp vision to detect predators from above. An adult specimen can weigh nearly 700 grams, a light weight allowing it to perform agile and short flights between treetops. The toucan is an essential frugivore, consuming many different types of forest fruits, processing the pulp with superior biological efficiency. By swallowing fruit whole and discarding seeds kilometers away, it becomes the supreme gardener of the virgin forest. This dispersal work is a foundation for forest regeneration, ensuring that plant biodiversity expands into new territories. Although it prefers fruit, it remains an opportunistic predator that does not hesitate to eat insects, lizards, and even eggs from other birds for protein. Its feet have 2 toes facing forward and 2 facing backward, a climbing foot structure providing steel-like grip on damp bark. They live in small social groups where communication is based on deep, hoarse calls echoing strongly in the forest canopy. During courtship, couples juggle fruit to each other with their beaks, a ritual of loyalty that strengthens the clan's biological bond. They nest in natural tree hollows, often at a height of 20 meters above the ground, to protect their young from predators. Despite its colorful coat, the toucan knows how to camouflage among the shadows of the foliage when it detects the harpy eagle's silhouette in the sky. It is a vital link in the chain of life, a silhouette ensuring that Ecuador's green heartbeat keeps vibrating with eternal strength. The toucan remains the guardian of light and color, a masterpiece defining the essence of the American tropical paradise. In the cloud forests of the Ecuadorian Andes, where mist embraces the peaks, dwells one of the continent's most sacred birds. The crested quetzal, identified scientifically as Pharomacris antisianus, is the undisputed king of the Emerald Heights. Its iridescent green plumage shines with mystical intensity, reflecting gold and blue, flashes under the filtered light of the jungle. It possesses a crown of erectile feathers on its head, giving it a royal and unique appearance among Andean birds. This majestic being is closely linked to the 100-year-old trees of primary forests, where moisture is constant. It feeds mainly on wild fruits and mountain berries, processing the energy needed to survive in the cold air of the mountain range. It moves with silent elegance through the fog, becoming an emerald shadow almost invisible to predators. It uses natural hollows in decaying trunks to nest, protecting its descendants in the heart of ancient wood. As a high-altitude seed disperser, it ensures that the fog forests continue to be renewed and expand their supreme biodiversity. Unfortunately, the rapid disappearance of cloud forests due to climate change is severely shrinking their vital shelters. Without the protection of giant ancient trees, the quetzal will lose its mastery of the mountain, facing the risk of eternal silence. The crested quetzal is the guardian of the mist, a living testament to the purity and fragility of Andean ecosystems in Ecuador. Moving away from dense jungles and Andean peaks, we arrive at the volcanic coastline and the Galapagos Islands of Ecuador. The American flamingo, scientifically Phoenicopterus ruber, is the undisputed king of brackish lagoons. Its vibrant pink plumage is a biological wonder resulting from the accumulation of carotenoid pigments in its diet. Reaching a height of 145 centimeters, this bird dominates the landscape with fragile and majestic elegance. Under the equatorial sun, these birds stride on black sand and basalt rocks, creating an extraordinary visual contrast with the blue sea. They possess a specialized beak that functions as a biologically precise filter to catch small organisms in the mud. Through a rhythmic movement, they suck in water and mud, using internal horn plates to separate food from liquid impurities. By churning up sediment with their long legs, they provide oxygen to the lagoons and facilitate the nutrient cycle in the coastal ecosystem. A robust adult weighs nearly 3 kilograms, maintaining perfect balance while sleeping on a single limb. A wingspan of 1.5 meters allows them to fly hundreds of kilometers between islands to find new feeding sanctuaries. They communicate using powerful calls that help maintain the supreme cohesion of the flock before the vastness of the sea horizon. The American flamingo is the jewel of volcanic wetlands, a testament to beauty and adaptation in the wild heart of Ecuador. In the labyrinth of mangrove roots and volcanic shores of Galapagos, a master of patience is patrolling. The yellow-crowned night heron, known scientifically as Nyctanassa violacea, is the king of stealth in Ecuadorian wetlands. Its slate-grey plumage and distinctive pale crest give it the appearance of an ancient guardian among the shadows of the trees. This solitary hunter stands absolutely still for hours, becoming an inanimate extension of the coastal landscape. Under the light filtered through the mangrove canopy, it stalks with a tactical precision that deceives even the sharpest eyes. Its main targets are volcanic rock crabs, insects, and small fish appearing at the boundary between water and land. It possesses large eyes adapted for processing low light, allowing it to identify the smallest movements in the darkness of low tide. The supreme stillness of the heron is broken by an explosive attack, projecting its neck like a high-power biological spring. This drastic transition between a statue and a projectile is one of evolution's most efficient maneuvers in the archipelago. Its strong beak can create surprising pressure force to crush the hard shells of hungry crustaceans. As a biological regulator, it maintains the balance of coastal species, ensuring the riverside ecosystem remains healthy. The yellow-crowned night heron is the eternal sentinel of the shores, a masterpiece of patience reigning in the paradise of Ecuador. Ecuador is a supreme sanctuary where geography designs three opposite worlds under the same equatorial sky. The Amazon region stretches out like a biological engine with intense heat and absolute moisture, fed by giant rivers. In this deep jungle of giant ancient trees, life hides in the shadows under a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. As you move up the Andean slopes, the air becomes colder and the jungle transforms into a kingdom of eternal mist. The cloud forest is home to steep streams and vibrant moss carpets, where visibility is a challenge for any predator. At 2,000 meters altitude, the quetzal and the spectacled bear dominate a stage of low clouds and constant moisture. Finally, the journey down to the Pacific reveals the power of volcanic shores and the salty mangroves of Ecuador. The Galapagos archipelago is a laboratory of pure evolution, where black basalt rocks meet the infinite blue. Here, seabirds and prehistoric reptiles thrive in a perfect balance between arid land and the rich ocean. Each ecosystem acts as a supreme stage where survival rules change according to climate and geography. In the Amazon region, the jaguar's brute strength and stealth are the keys that open the doors of life and death. In the cloud forest, the eyelash viper's meticulous patience masters the slope of the moss-covered branches. In the coastal region, the flamingo's and heron's endurance ensures the flow of energy keeps moving in dynamic wetlands. These three worlds are linked by water veins flowing from Andean glaciers to the Pacific estuaries. Ecuador's diversity is the supreme testament to nature's ability to create paradises of infinite complexity. The Andes mountain range acts as a stone backbone that both divides and unites Ecuador's destinies. In a distance of only 100 kilometers, the terrain drops abruptly from 5,000-meter peaks to the Amazon plains. This extreme altitude gradient creates countless microclimates and ecological niches in a very narrow geographical area. The thermometer fluctuates supremely from 0 degrees Celsius on glaciers to 30 degrees Celsius in the lowland jungle. Moisture-laden winds strike the Andean slopes, pouring down thousands of liters of rain that feed the cloud forests. This transition zone is a biological laboratory where persistent fog allows for the evolution of animals unique on the planet. Reaching the plains, water gathers into massive rivers, transporting essential nutrients into the vibrant heart of the Amazon. The intersection of intense sunlight and abundant water turns this territory into the epicenter of global biodiversity. Predators and prey have perfected their body anatomy to inhabit everything from vertical cliffs to the flooded floor of the jungle. The river network acts as a biological highway system connecting eternal snow with tropical greenness in just hours. Every square centimeter of Ecuador is the result of a perfect geographical machine that has been operating for millions of years. The union between the Andes and the Amazon creates a supreme paradise where life flourishes with a complexity that defies all imagination. Today, Ecuador's supreme paradise stands at a critical crossroads between eternal beauty and the scars of destruction. while jaguars patrol forests of priceless biodiversity. Just a few kilometers away, primary forest is falling to the advance of machinery. New roads are piercing the heart of the Amazon, fragmenting biological corridors that have existed for millennia. Intensive resource extraction and large-scale mining are creating mechanical pressure on the fragile lands of the Andes Mountains. Livestock pastures are expanding aggressively, wiping out plant diversity to make way for agricultural uniformity. Rivers, the nation's vital bloodlines, are facing the weight of chemical pollution that suffocates life in the river abyss. A 1.5 degrees Celsius global temperature increase is accelerating the melting of glaciers on the Andean peaks, altering the eternal water cycle. Silent poaching is shrinking the populations of iconic species, breaking the invisible threads of the food web. However, amidst the crisis, a resistance force appears, composed of scientists and nature protectors. Indigenous communities are guarding ancestral territories with millennial wisdom, protecting every tree trunk as a sacred pillar of life. Establishing supreme biological reserves provides a biological shield for the spectacled bear and harpy eagle to reclaim their domain. Modern technology and constant monitoring allow for recording the forest's endurance against climate change pressure. Preserving this heritage is a moral responsibility for humanity, as Ecuador holds fundamental evolutionary secrets for the planet. Ecuador is not just a small nation located on the equatorial line dividing the world. It is an entire wild and infinite world, where life is still fighting bravely every day to exist in paradise. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to spread the message of respect. Every action helps protect nature's miraculous creation. Before humans understood the secrets of this isolated island, before science revealed millions of years of unique evolution, there already existed a world where life took paths that were not repeated anywhere else on Earth. In the wilds of Madagascar, among ancient forests, thorny deserts, and hidden jungles, dwell extraordinary creatures that evolved in isolation for millions of years. Welcome to Wild Madagascar, mysterious creatures that exist nowhere else. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to keep creating quality content. Don't forget to comment below on what you thought of the video and tell us where you are watching from, so we can chat together. Let's begin. Among the thorny forests of southern Madagascar, where red dust rises with the wind and sunlight strikes with relentless force, the spirit of the island emerges. Beneath a scorching sky that raises the temperature to 35 degrees Celsius, a silhouette with black and white rings moves with royal confidence. The ring-tailed lemur is not just a primate. It is a born survivor designed to dominate the most arid terrains of this isolated paradise. Weighing barely 2 kilograms, this grey-furred strategist uses its 60-centimeter tail as a banner for communication and balance. Every morning, the troop gathers in a sacred ritual of sun worship, spreading their arms to capture the vital warmth of the dawn. In this world of scarce resources, survival depends not on individual strength, but on the unwavering cohesion of the troop. The group, led by a dominant female, patrols a territory that can extend for several kilometers over rocky terrain. Females are the absolute queens, dictating the rhythm of feeding and the order of travel in a strict matriarchal hierarchy. Communication is a mix of shrill cries and chemical signals emitted by scent glands located on their forearms. Conflict erupts when a rival troop attempts to cross the invisible borders marked by the dominant group's scent. Instead of a bloody physical battle, the males engage in a scent war known as a stink fight. They impregnate their ringtails with potent secretions and wave them toward the enemy, launching blasts of scent that function as warning walls. Tension rises at a distance of 5 meters, where every movement is a declaration of intent under the golden light. Just 3 seconds of dominant display are enough for the invading group to understand that the territory will not be surrendered easily. Faced with the superiority of the scent and the posture of the local group, the rivals retreat silently into the thick of the forest. Victory ensures access to the few available tamarind fruits, the fuel necessary to resist extreme drought. However, success requires constant vigilance, as predators like the fossa patrol the shadows waiting for a mistake. The ring-tailed lemur is the master of diplomacy and adaptation, a wisp of vibrant life in a land that does not forgive. Its existence teaches us that social intelligence is an arm as powerful as the sharpest fangs in the jungle. In the red heart of Madagascar, the unity of the troop is the only guarantee against the void of the desert and the threat of extinction. In the humid mist of the eastern forests, where the trees keep secrets of millions of years, A sound of prehistoric origin tears through the morning. The Indri is the titan of the heights, the largest lemur on the island, and the silent guardian of the ancient green cathedral. Weighing up to 9 kilograms and with black and white fur, its appearance is that of a forest spirit watching from the clouds. Unlike its cousins, it does not possess a long tail, relying on its powerful legs to jump 10 meters between moss-covered branches. Its true power resides in its voice, a melodic and melancholy song that can be heard more than 3 kilometers away through the thicket. These calls are not random. They are a complex language that defines the limits of the family territory and the bonds of fidelity. The Indri lives in small nuclear families, where unity is a vital law in the heart of the besieged biodiversity. Suddenly, a family of Indris begins its morning concert, filling the air with a vibration that makes the humid leaves tremble. In just 3 seconds, the echo responds from the other side of the valley, confirming that the jungle is still alive and the territory is occupied. The song of the Indri is the heartbeat of Madagascar, a sacred sound that reminds us that when the music stops, the forest dies. Among the dry forests of western Madagascar, where the thorns of the aluaudia trees challenge the blue sky, dwells an acrobat of white silk. The sifaka is not an ordinary primate. It is a dancer of the air and the ground who has turned physical limitation into an art form. With a dense and soft coat and golden eyes that shine with curiosity, this 4-kilogram lemur navigates a world of deadly thorns. Its body is a prodigy of elasticity, designed to jump distances of 10 meters between trunks that look like vegetable blades. But its true magic is revealed when it must descend to the ground, where its long legs prevent it from walking in a conventional way. Instead of walking on all fours, the sifaka begins a hypnotic lateral dance, jumping sideways with arms outstretched to maintain balance. This unique choreography allows it to cross open spaces at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour to avoid the attack of predators. The sifaka is a master strategist of movement who uses the inertia of its jumps to navigate the jungle labyrinth with millimeter precision. Every jump is a calculation of survival in an environment where the 30 degrees Celsius temperature demands absolute energy efficiency. The sifaka teaches us that when life places difficult obstacles in our way, the best response is to transform them into a dance of freedom. In the island's wild theatre, this lemur remains the soloist of a play where grace is the supreme law of survival. beneath the mantle of Madagascar's eternal night, where shadows come to life and the wind whispers among the baobabs, the most enigmatic figure of the animal kingdom emerges. The aye-aye is not just a nocturnal primate, it is a biological chimera that defies all laws of conventional appearance. With massive golden eyes that capture the smallest particle of light, this 2-kilogram being navigates absolute darkness like a ghost of dark silk. Its radar-like ears, capable of rotating independently, listen to the heartbeats hidden beneath the bark of ancient trees. In the sepulchral silence of the forest, its survival depends on a tool unique in the world: its extraordinarily long and thin middle finger. Like a percussionist of death, it taps the wood up to 8 times per second, using the echo to map the galleries of hidden larvae. It is a perfect biological sonar that allows it to see through solid wood without needing to use sight. Suddenly, its ears detect the subtle movement of a beetle larva 5 centimeters deep beneath the woody surface. With the precision of a surgeon, it inserts its bony finger into the hole, hooking the prey with a curved claw designed for capture. Only 3 seconds of tension pass before the larva is extracted from its refuge to become vital sustenance. The success of this invisible hunt gives it the energy needed to withstand the 90% humidity of the tropical jungle. The ghost of Madagascar will continue to patrol the branches, a legend of bone and skin that breathes in the eternity of the night. In the forests of Madagascar, where most animals evolved in isolation for millions of years, the fossa occupies the top of the terrestrial food chain. Its scientific name is Cryptoprocta ferox, a unique predator that has no exact equivalent anywhere else in the world. With a length that can exceed 1.5 meters, including the tail, it combines agility, speed, and strength in a single body. Its long tail provides balance as it moves among branches, tilted trunks, and the high forest canopy. Unlike many terrestrial predators, the fossa can pursue prey both on the ground and in the heights. Its flexible legs and sharp claws allow it to climb with extraordinary ease, even up vertical trunks. Among its most important prey are lemurs, the emblematic animals that inhabit the forests of Madagascar. As the island's primary predator, the fossa regulates lemur and other animal populations, maintaining Madagascar's delicate ecological balance. Among the shadows of the damp leaf litter in the jungle, where time seems to stand still under the mist, dwells an illusionist of nature. The satanic leaf-tailed gecko does not seek the power of brute force, but absolute mastery of visual deception to survive. With a 10-centimeter body, its skin mimics the texture of decay, with spots that look like mold and edges that simulate death. Its tail is an evolutionary masterpiece, flat and notched, making it indistinguishable from a dry leaf fallen from the forest canopy. It can remain motionless for hours at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, trusting its entire life to the perfection of its camouflage. In this vertical world, birds and lemurs patrol the thicket looking for any trace of movement that breaks the ground's harmony. A shadow looms over the gecko as a predator approaches within a few meters of its position, scanning the foliage with hungry eyes. The gecko flattens its body against the branch, eliminating its shadow and becoming a fragment of inert and invisible matter. Only 3 seconds of absolute stillness decide its fate before the hunter, deceived by the perfection of the disguise, continues on its way. This small being teaches us that the greatest defense is not the attack, but the ability to disappear in the very heart of danger. Among the humid branches of northern Madagascar, where light filters like crystals over the foliage, a living kaleidoscope challenges nature's palette. The panther chameleon is not just a reptile. It is a masterpiece of chromatic engineering that turns its skin into a canvas of emotions. With a length of 50 centimeters, this sovereign of the trees stands out for its vibrant patterns that oscillate between electric blue, fire red, and emerald green. Its most amazing feature is its 360-degree vision, thanks to eyes that move independently to watch every corner of the forest. While one eye tracks potential prey, the other watches the sky for birds of prey, creating a perfect visual map of its surroundings. Its feet, with toes fused into a pincer shape, allow it to anchor to the thinnest branches with absolute stability. Color change is not just for camouflage. It is a complex language of cells called chromatophores that express its temperature and mood. In this vertical world of 30 degrees Celsius, patience is its deadliest weapon, as it remains motionless like a static gem for hours. It detects a grasshopper at a distance of 1 meter, calculating the trajectory of its next attack with millimeter precision. Suddenly, its mouth opens and it launches its projectile tongue at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. In only 0.07 seconds, the elastic muscle reaches the prey with an impact force of several newtons. The tongue, with a powerful and adhesive tip, retracts the insect into the predator's jaws in the blink of an eye. The hunt ends with surgical precision, leaving only the trace of a shadow that changes tone again to blend with the light. The panther chameleon teaches us that real power does not always reside in the speed of flight, but in the perfection of the weight. In Madagascar's dance of colours, this reptile is the guardian of an invisible spectrum where life is defined by the light you project. Among the oldest trees of the eastern rainforest of Madagascar, where the mist clings to the branches like an eternal veil, dwells a slow-moving titan. Parsons' chameleon is the undisputed giant of its lineage, a being that seems to have been forgotten by time and rescued from the age of dinosaurs. With a length that can reach 68 centimeters and a weight of nearly 1 kilogram, its presence is a declaration of power and wisdom in the forest canopy. Unlike other reptiles, this colossus can live more than 20 years, becoming the silent witness to the eternal cycle of the tropical rainforest. Its head, adorned with bony crests and nasal protrusions, gives it the air of a mythical beast etched in emerald and turquoise scales. It inhabits an environment where 80% humidity and a constant temperature of 25 degrees Celsius allow its metabolism to function with absolute calm. It does not need speed. Its strength resides in the invisibility of its weight and in a tongue that functions like a hydraulic piston of pure power. It detects a small, distracted bird among the flowers, and its independent eyes calculate the depth of the abyss between hunter and prey. In just 1 second, the air whistles as its tongue launches like a projectile, catching the victim with a devastating impact force. The struggle ends before it is even heard, ensuring sustenance for this monarch who is in no hurry to see the centuries pass. Parsons' chameleon teaches us that in the heart of the jungle, greatness is measured by endurance and the ability to be one with time. It is the architect of patience, a living statue that will continue to reign in Madagascar as long as the mist continues to hide its ancestral secrets. Beneath the obsidian mantle of the nocturnal jungle, where moisture condenses on every leaf and silence is only a mask for danger, a sinuous shadow glides weightlessly. The Madagascar boa is a fortress of scales and muscle, a predator that doesn't need venom because it possesses the strength of absolute constriction. With a length that can reach 3 meters and a weight of 10 kilograms, this reptile is the sovereign of ambushes in the tropical gloom. Its heat-sensing pits function like thermal radar, allowing it to see the heat of life even in the deepest darkness of the forest canopy. A small lemur moves distractedly among the branches, unaware that it has entered the strike range of a flesh and blood spring hidden among the moss. Suddenly, the boa launches its head with electric speed, anchoring its curved teeth into the body of the prey with lethal precision. Its massive rings surround the victim in seconds, exerting a pressure of hundreds of newtons that stops the flow of life immediately. The struggle is brief and silent. Darkness reigns once more as the predator secures its nocturnal feast in the heights. A single successful hunt allows the boa to disappear into the thicket for weeks while it slowly processes the energy obtained under the protection of the shadows. It teaches us that in the realm of shadows, patience is the deadliest tool, and invisible force is what finally dominates the destiny of the jungle. In the veil of the eternal night of Madagascar's forests, a sentinel with a fixed gaze emerges to guard the forest silence with a mystical authority. The Madagascar owl, known scientifically as Asio madagascariensis, is the absolute sovereign of the gloom and a master of secret existence in the green abyss. Its massive golden eyes are marvels of biological engineering, possessing a density of photoreceptor cells that multiply the faint starlight for superior night vision. It possesses a high-precision, asymmetric auditory system that functions like a three-dimensional radar, allowing it to map every vibration of the air in total darkness. The design of its plumage is a masterpiece of mimicry, with patterns that imitate the bark of ancient trees to become an invisible shadow during its rest. As a keystone species of the nocturnal ecosystem, its presence is a barometer of biological health, ensuring that the dynamic balance of wildlife remains intact. This ancestral watcher remains as the guardian of the secrets of the night, the wise spirit that reigns in absolute peace under Madagascar's firmament. In the absolute isolation of Madagascar, where time seems to have followed a different path, dwells a creature that challenges biology textbooks. The tenrec is neither a hedgehog nor a shrew, but the result of millions of years of independent evolution in this natural laboratory of life. With a weight that varies from a few grams to nearly 2 kilograms, their morphological diversity is a testament to the power of adaptation on the island. Some species possess an armor of sharp spines that they rub together to create ultrasonic sounds, a form of communication unique in the animal world. It moves through the damp leaf litter at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, searching for small invertebrates with a sense of smell that tracks every millimeter of soil. Upon detecting a threat, the tenrec becomes a spherical fortress, launching its quills with a spring-like movement that stops the advance of any predator. It is the silent survivor of a forgotten past, a reminder that nature always finds a strange and perfect way to persist in chaos. Over the treetops, where the sun of Madagascar fragments into 1,000 flashes, an inhabitant of the air spreads its emerald and purple wings. The cuckoo roller is not just a bird, it is a living jewel, and the only member of an ancestral family that exists only in this corner of the world. The male shines with iridescent plumage that changes tone according to the light, while patrolling its territory at an altitude of 50 meters above the forest floor. During the breeding season, the air becomes its stage, performing acrobatic flights that include dizzying turns and spectacular dives. Its resonant cries announce its presence as it ascends hundreds of meters to launch itself again in a dance of pure freedom. Only 3 seconds of an aerial turn are enough to demonstrate its skill and secure the bond with its mate under the 30°C sun. The spirit of the cuckoo roller is a reminder that in Madagascar, even the sky has its own secrets etched in feathers of light. Over the lakes, mangroves, and wetlands of Madagascar, the Madagascar fish eagle flies like a rare shadow in an increasingly silent sky. Its scientific name is Haliaeetus vociferoides, one of the most endangered birds of prey in the world. Unlike other abundant hunters, its power is marked by the fragility of an extremely small population. It lives near lakes, quiet rivers, coastal bays, and swampy areas where fish sustain much of its diet. Its wide wings allow it to glide over the water for long minutes, observing every reflection and every movement below the surface. Its eyes detect fish near the surface, even when the wind breaks the lake's mirror-like surface. Its curved talons function like living hooks, prepared to grip slippery prey in a single movement. The eagle detects a fish moving near the surface and adjusts its wings over the open lake. It descends in silence from the air, calculating the distance while its legs prepare to touch the water. When the precise moment arrives, it extends its talons and snatches the fish from the surface with a swift maneuver. The hunt ends in seconds because precision over the water decides the survival of such a scarce bird. But its greatest enemy is not always in the sky or the water, but in habitat loss, human disturbance, and the reduction of fishing areas. Every breeding pair is valuable because the species' future depends on very few suitable territories for nesting. As a predator of fish, it helps maintain the natural dynamics of lakes and wetlands, although its current numbers no longer allow it to dominate as before. In Madagascar, the Madagascar fish eagle does not only represent aerial power, it represents a life on the edge of silence that still struggles to remain in the sky. Among the thorny bushes of southern Madagascar, where red dust covers the roots of the baobabs and the sun scorches the earth, dwells an ancient jewel. The radiated tortoise is not just a reptile. It is a chest of history with a shell adorned by yellow lines that radiate like golden stars. With a weight that can reach 16 kilograms, this living tank has perfected the art of endurance in an environment where water is a distant dream. It can live for more than 100 years, crossing the centuries with a slowness that challenges the urgency of the modern world under a temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. Its life passes in the calm of searching for cacti, but a shadow much more dangerous than drought stalks its existence: human greed. A poacher approaches stealthily to capture the beauty that nature took eons to sculpt with such perfection. The tortoise retracts its head into its bone fortress, seeking protection against a threat that its scales cannot stop. Only 3 seconds separate freedom from captivity, marking the fate of a species that today struggles against the silence of extinction. The price of being a living treasure is constant vigilance against those who value the pattern of its skin more than the pulse of its life. The radiated tortoise teaches us that beauty without protection is a painful fragility in the heart of a vanishing paradise. In the humid corners of the tropical jungle, where the earth exhales vapors of life and the ground is covered by a mantle of decomposing leaves, a crimson flash emerges. The tomato frog is not just an amphibian of vibrant colors. It is a living warning designed to stop the heart of any predator. With a robust body that can reach 10 centimeters, this small jewel uses its red coloration to announce an invisible danger. When it feels threatened, it inflates its body like a warning balloon and secretes a white, sticky substance through its skin. This toxic mucus acts like a biological glue that irritates the eyes and mouths of attackers, forcing them to release their prey immediately. Remaining motionless under a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius is its hunting strategy, waiting for small insects to cross its lethal radius of action. Only 3 seconds of contact are enough for the enemy to understand that in the jungle, the brightest beauty is often the most dangerous shield. Among the scorched plains of western Madagascar, where the red earth cracks under the sun, the pillars of a vegetable empire rise. The baobab is not just a tree. It is the cathedral of life and the guardian of the island's millennial secrets. Known as the inverted trees, their branches look like roots trying to touch the sky in a gesture of eternal plea. With a height of up to 30 meters and a trunk 11 meters in diameter, this wooden fortress is a marvel of biological engineering. Its massive body functions as an organic cistern, capable of storing up to 120,000 liters of water to resist the most extreme droughts. In an environment where the temperature often exceeds 35 degrees Celsius, the baobab is the oasis that guarantees the survival of thousands of species. Its thick and fire-resistant bark is a shield that protects the tree's liquid heart against summer fires. Every crack in its trunk is a microhabitat, a refuge for geckos, insects, and scorpions fleeing the scorching heat of the ground. At dusk, the baobab unfolds its white flowers, a feast of nectar that attracts the forest's nocturnal inhabitants. Mouse lemurs, the smallest primates in the world weighing only 60 grams, run along its branches to lick the sweet sustenance. While feeding, these tiny messengers transport pollen on their faces, ensuring the reproduction of these immobile giants. In the heights, birds of prey, like the Madagascar kestrel, use the treetop as a perfect watchtower to guard their territory. The baobab is a vertical ecosystem where hierarchy is defined by height and the ability to resist 50 km/h winds. Sifaka lemurs use its smooth trunk to perform acrobatic jumps, turning the tree into the axis of their survival dance. The relationship between the tree and the lemur is a sacred pact that has allowed both to thrive for millions of years in isolation. However, the calm is broken when the hunger of a predator detects a movement among the giant's foliage. A fossa stalks from the base, climbing with an impact force of hundreds of newtons toward its unsuspecting prey. Suddenly, a sentinel lemur's alarm activates a burst of frenetic movements in the upper branches. The sifakas launch themselves into the void, using the elasticity of their legs to bounce off the solid wood and flee the attack. Only 3 seconds of desperate flight decide if the group manages to reach a neighboring tree or if one of them falls under the claws. Victory is the escape, and the baobab remains as the mute spectator of a tragedy that did not come to pass. In the harshest seasons, the tree sheds its leaves to conserve every last drop of moisture inside its massive body. This seasonal sacrifice ensures that the stored water is sufficient to feed the insects and birds that depend on it. Without the baobab, the web of life in western Madagascar would collapse under the weight of the desert and relentless heat. It is the architect of the landscape, a sculpture of life that defines the horizon and the indomitable spirit of the African island. Despite their greatness, today they face the threat of climate change that alters the rain cycles on which their recharge depends. The death of a millennial baobab is the loss of an entire universe of biodiversity that cannot be recovered for centuries. The baobab teaches us that true power resides in the ability to be a refuge for others in times of greatest scarcity. In the eternal dance between the red earth and the blue sky, this giant is the anchor that holds Madagascar's history together. As long as the last baobab remains standing, the island will keep its magical soul and the hope that life will always find a way. In the heart of the Indian Ocean, Madagascar rises as a granite fortress that was forged by geographical solitude for 88 million years. After separating from the supercontinent Gondwana and from India, the island became a laboratory of evolution where life took amazing directions. This 587,000 square kilometre biological raft has remained isolated from Africa, allowing species to follow their own destiny without external interference. The result is a biodiversity unique on the planet, where more than 90% of its flora and fauna does not exist in any other corner of the world. A backbone of mountains runs along the island from north to south, creating a climatic barrier that divides the territory into totally opposite worlds. Moisture-laden trade winds strike the eastern flank, discharging up to 4 meters of annual rain over dense and dark tropical jungles. In this green hell of humidity and heat, lemurs and chameleons have evolved to occupy every available niche among the giant branches. Toward the west, the mountains block the clouds, creating a rain shadow that transforms the landscape into dry forests and golden savannas. In this region, life must be a master of strategy to survive 6 months of absolute drought under a temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. The southern tip is the world of thorns, where the spiny forest houses unique plants that have replaced leaves with keratin daggers. Here, rain is a scarce miracle that sometimes does not arrive in an entire year, forcing animals to store water in their own bodies. Madagascar is known as the 8th continent due to its geology of iron oxides that dye the land a deep blood red. The absence of large African carnivores like lions or hyenas allowed smaller predators, like the fossa, to become the kings of the ecosystem. Lemurs are the purest example of adaptive radiation, with more than 100 species descending from a single ancestor that arrived on the island millions of years ago. Every valley and every mountain act as islands within the island, favoring the emergence of microspecies that only inhabit a few square meters. The extreme climate of cyclones and droughts has forged an iron will in every living being that breathes in this fragmented paradise. Radiated tortoises and ring-tailed lemurs are monuments to resilience, capable of living where the 40 degrees Celsius heat would kill other beings. Madagascar's flora is equally strange, with massive baobabs that look like roots nailed into the sky to capture moisture from the mist. It is a sanctuary of antiquity, where geckos and boas preserve lineages that disappeared from the rest of the world geological eras ago. Evolution here is not a speed race, but a dance of tactical precision to survive in an environment of limited resources. However, this extreme specialization comes with a high price: vulnerability to any drastic change in the balance of the environment. Species that took 60 million years to perfect themselves now face the threat of disappearance in just a few decades. Madagascar's climate is changing. Rivers that once flowed strongly are now sandbeds that burn under the sun. The fragmentation of the forest due to human hands breaks the biological corridors that have sustained life for eons. Every fallen tree is the loss of a millennial refuge for the insects and birds that are the engines of pollination. At this crossroads of history, Madagascar struggles not to become a cemetery of biological legends etched in the red earth. The island teaches us that isolation can create beauty, but also a fragility that demands absolute respect for life. The lemurs jumping between the thorns and the boas patrolling the night are the last ambassadors of a world that has no replica. Protecting this natural laboratory is ensuring that the Indri's song continues to resonate in the valleys of eternal mist. Madagascar will remain the mystical heart of evolution, a testimony to nature's indomitable strength to create wonders in solitude. The paradise of Madagascar finds itself today at a critical crossroads, where the majesty of its biodiversity struggles against the shadow of human expansion. More than 90% of the original forest cover has been devoured by indiscriminate logging, fracturing an ecosystem that took millions of years to perfect. Forest fires driven by slash-and-burn agriculture transform thousands of square kilometers of emerald jungle into sterile ash deserts every year. The trail of destruction is visible from space, revealing a red land that bleeds its nutrients into the Indian Ocean due to massive erosion. The sovereign of the night, the lemur, sees its biological corridors fragmented, becoming trapped in islands of vegetation that barely sustain its biological stamina. The fossa, the island's apex predator, is losing its hunting territory at an alarming rate, facing the abyss of definitive extinction. The loss of a single millennial tree in Madagascar means the disappearance of the refuge of hundreds of species of endemic insects and reptiles. Climate change alters rain cycles, raising the temperature above 30 degrees Celsius and exhausting the water resources of the dry forests. This living laboratory of evolution risks becoming a biological silence if the heartbeat of its untamable nature is not protected. Modern science and satellite monitoring are today the last real shield to safeguard the lineage of sovereigns that exist nowhere else. Massive reforestation efforts seek to restore the green architecture, planting millions of native trees to reconnect the sanctuaries of life. Fostering responsible coexistence between local communities and wildlife is the only way to ensure the stability of the ecosystem. Madagascar is an inestimable biological treasure, possessing a density of unique species that proportionately exceeds any other continent. Every centimeter of protected soil is a victory against oblivion and a commitment to the eternal posterity of global biodiversity. The fate of the giant baobabs is the mirror of our own world's fate, a reminder of our absolute interconnection with the earth. The majesty of the jungle must prevail over the mechanical force of machines, returning sovereignty to the warriors of the gloom. Safeguarding the Anganoka tortoise and the ring-tailed lemur is a mission of honor for humanity in the 21st century. Our responsibility is to preserve this masterpiece of evolution so that future generations can witness the glory of the impossible. Madagascar's heartbeat continues to vibrate in the silence of its valleys, waiting for international will to guarantee its permanence under the sun. The protection of national parks is the final bastion against the chemical and biological degradation that threatens this crystal paradise. Madagascar is not just an island. It is the sanctuary of origin's secrets, the place where life took extraordinary paths. The disappearance of its unique fauna would mean the silence of one of the purest and most majestic voices of wild nature. We must act with surgical precision today to ensure that Madagascar's horizons continue to shine with the color of untamable life. The spirit of the island still lives in every leaf and in every amber gaze of its sovereigns, challenging time with an unbreakable will. Madagascar remains as the guardian of planetary biodiversity, the eternal kingdom of evolution that demands our respect and total protection forever. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to carry this message of respect far and wide. Every gesture helps protect nature's wonderful creation.